Welcome back to the channel. Today we got a different one for you. Today we're gonna go over my adventure of searching, buying, inspecting, and going through maybe doing a little refurbish work on this used 2018 X739. What a great little machine this is, and I think it's gonna be a welcome addition to my property out here. So let's talk about how I ended up with this 2018 X739. Well, I honestly didn't need it, but it was a good deal. And I've always wanted to own one, and they just don't see them come up on the used market that well. Again, people that buy these love them and keep them for the life of the machine. Well, this happened to be a homeowners association that did not necessarily need the machine anymore. This is a pretty well taken care of machine. Now there is small things around there. We're going to get into that. But at the end of the day, one of the reasons I was drawn to it is because of the aesthetics. The aesthetic appeal of it looks great. So normally if somebody's taking care of the outside of a piece of equipment, you can trust that they've been doing the maintenance. So of course, what did I do? I did my due diligence. And these are some things that I will give you as tips for you to do in the future if you're looking to buy used equipment. So I looked at warranty reports. Warranty reports is a system that John Deere has, and all you have to have is the VIN number, the serial number of the piece of equipment, and you can put it into that system and it'll tell you what kind of warranty work was done on it. It'll also tell you any, things that the dealer had to do, recalls or anything like that. But it also just tells you the major repairs that are done under warranty. Now, it doesn't cover general maintenance or anything like that, so you can't see the maintenance. That's where you're gonna have to reach out to the actual technician shop, or, if you have a Papé machinery close to you, you reach out to those guys and they'll tell you whether or not this was maintained at their location. It had an absolutely spotless warranty reports, and I wasn't worried about that. It showed the original owner on there, which was the owner that was trading it in. So I didn't think I had anything to worry about on that particular avenue. So I reached out to the service technicians that were at the location that was closest to this machine, and I asked those guys, hey, what's the maintenance records on this? Now, here's the scary part. There wasn't any. They had only brought it in for the 50-hour service on this. Now, this machine has about 355 hours. They'd only brought it in for the initial maintenance of the hydraulic system, and that's all I could see in there. They hadn't brought it back, but there's things I can check on that. And so again, when we're bringing in used equipment at Papé Machinery, we do an initial inspection. Initial inspection kind of goes through, front to back on this machine, and it tells you, hey, these are the things that probably are going to have costs associated with them. And quite honestly, this didn't have anything come up. It was all nice and pretty. Now, I think just because it's a little unknown, we didn't have the record on it, does it need a hydraulic oil change? Yes, I think it does. Does it need an engine oil change? Yes, it does. Honestly, those are things that I would probably want to do right when I get a used piece of equipment anyways. I don't want to trust anyone. I want to do that stuff. First off, because I want to learn a little bit about the machine. It's great to look at the oil and see what you're getting out of that, how clear it is, how dark it is, if there's any metal shavings in there or something like that, God forbid. So there is a little bit of risk there, but at the end of the day, the initial inspection checked out. And so I was like, you know what? I think this is the one for me. Okay, so let's jump into some of the details of what makes the X739 unique. I do have a video on a brand new X739 on our channel. You'll notice that it has a green deck. This was obviously a 2018 unit that I purchased, so it's got the yellow deck. High capacity decks, 9-gauge steel, wonderful decks, drive over style with auto connect PTO. Why is that nice? Because I can unseat this deck, drive over behind it, get underneath it, and maintain it. I will tell you that one of the things I had a little bit of a challenge with was when this was delivered, I hooked up this mulching deck, and all of a sudden I heard a tick, 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 tick. The blade was hitting something underneath. And so this is relatively common, in transport. A forklift goes underneath something or something, and it kicks the metal off and it deforms it a little bit. So I was able to unseat the deck, drive over it, lift it up, and I saw immediately that one of the walls on the mulch control, or the mulch baffle underneath, was hitting the side of the blade. Easy fix, bent it out just a little bit, Hopefully that problem won't return. Generally, the metal is pretty, it maintains itself really well underneath there unless you hit something. So a small issue, but that's why a drive over deck can be so nice. Again, in the wintertime when I put all the equipment away, pull off the deck, you know, you can lift it, you can store it straight up, which is awesome. You can also get underneath it, clean it, make sure that it's going to maintain. It's just going to add for longevity of that deck. All right, so the other things, EFI engine. So electronically fuel injected engine. This engine that's back in 2018 is the same engine that they're putting in it now, you know, maybe with a couple of little upgrades nowadays, but at the end of the day, electronically fuel injected. So what's that gonna mean? That's gonna mean efficiency. That means it's easy starting. Those kind of things are awesome. And so this one is four-wheel drive and four-wheel steer. Unique in the product line. We don't have anything else like this in our product line. So this is a very unique machine. Obviously you can see with the shallower wheel in the back, that dish is pushed out to the side because it allows it to articulate. I will tell you, with a machine this big, it makes a lot of sense to have that four-wheel steer. In some of our smaller machines, those things have a really nice tight turning radius out. Anyways, you get it even tighter with the four-wheel steer, but this one, it starts to make a lot more sense because of the sheer size of it. So four-wheel steer, four-wheel drive, EFI engine, you know, H-DAP tires for excellent traction in the winter months, in the fall when I'm picking up leaves, those kind of things, also led me to this. So where did I find this machine? So I found this machine because I use a program called MachineFinder Pro. Our MachineFinder Pro feeds right into the Papé Machinery website. So you can keep your eye on our used equipment as well. I have a little bit of advantage of seeing it a little earlier on when it's in the assessment phase, when we're thinking about taking it in. But that's the nice advantage of having a good communication with your sales guy. What you can do, again, is have them hunt that machine for you. Have them look for that machine for you. If you've got time on your side, have them keep their eye out for the machine that you're looking for, you know? The end thing is establish a relationship with your salesperson. This was a thing that, you know, the salesperson that was bringing this in on trade, you know, reached out to me because he knows I love this kind of thing. And I mean, I have a relationship with them. So you establish that relationship and you can leverage that relationship on good deals like this. Check out our website for used equipment. You know, we're here to help. And those sales guys are definitely there to help and advocate for you and find you that right equipment. At the end of the day, that's a lot of information to tell you. I felt relatively comfortable with this machine. The price was right. Now, the things that you don't see that were included with this, I actually got, so it's got a 60-inch high capacity deck on it right now. I got a second deck with it. So I got this deck that's outfitted with a full-time mulch control system, which is great because I love mulching on my property. And the other deck is a drive over style as well, and it's just a side discharge. And why did he have two decks? Well, because he had this MC 542 material collection system. Now, they don't make this anymore. John Deere doesn't have this. We have some, you know, MC 519s that you can put behind that are towable, but they don't have this one particular. And so what makes this one unique is it's on a 17P cart, which is absolutely still readily available, but attaches to that. And then it's got its own independent engine that has an impeller on it that pulls the material out. So you're not dealing with the power flow unit that's on the side of the deck. You're dealing with a unit that's on this. And so I saw this and I'm like, man, that's kind of cool as long as it's in good shape. And when we checked it out, you can tell that the engine doesn't have an hour meter on it or anything like that, but it didn't have a lot of wear and tear anywhere around it. The next question was, do I want to start it while it was on the property? And the answer was no. We decided not to start it while they had it. We wanted to bring it back into the shop. Oftentimes these things sit for long periods of time. The fuel isn't great. So we wanted to drain the fuel and change that out, and then we'd go ahead and fire it up because they didn't want to go clogging up a carb and stuff like that, because then you go chasing down issues. Anyway, long and short, brought it in, changed out the fuel, kicked it over. It started right up. It absolutely runs amazing. Long and short, all of those things together led me to the value proposition of buying a used piece of equipment. And now I'm venturing into this 2018 X739. And so I'm going to take you along for that journey. So next video, we're gonna go over the real in-depth details about the inspection process that my dealership went through. And hopefully you join us for that next one. And then further videos, we're gonna go into a little bit of reconditioning, which is the ones I'm really excited about because I like aesthetically pleasing things. I've got a couple of stickers, a couple of taillights that have a little bit of ding in them, those kind of things that need to be reworked. Please like and subscribe to our channel and join us again next time for the next Papé Toolkit. Hi, my name is Jason Hughes. I'm a territory manager out of Eugene, Oregon. I'm also a large property owner and own a lot of the equipment that you see featured in these videos. I hope you find this content helpful. If you have any questions, please comment below.